met this charming woman, and God had given her the divine appointment of talking to me, because she asked, what brings you here to Altoona? And I said, so we're really in the midst right now of looking for a church home. She said, well, why don't you come to my church? It's Lutheran Church of the Cross, it's just down the street. That one invitation led to a whole church family and a feeling of belonging.
You can feel like the Holy Spirit is just alive in this place, and they're so willing to be obedient to be what the church is supposed to be and show other people the love of God. So that's what I love about it here.
We had actually purchased the building that is where the offices are. So when we were looking for a location, the house was in a good place, and there was a pretty good sized piece of property that went with it. A good location on a main road and plenty of room to expand and build. A good share of what is now the offices was a sanctuary. Most of those walls weren't there. We basically took the living room wall out and expanded it 25 feet or so to create a room that could seat about 75, 80 people.
I mean, this was all done by the volunteers. We didn't hire a lot of things done. Everybody did what needed to be done because we felt very strongly we needed a congregation here. And we just all had the same desire to have a congregation here in Altoona. God just really, he could see the footprints all the way through the growth of this congregation, just with every little thing. Mm-hmm. We all felt very blessed and that we were doing what God intended for us to do.
So we decided to give it a try, and the people were super great here, and just kind of kept us coming.
Yeah, and I think they, like Craig said, they pulled us in with different opportunities that we decided, we wanted to be part of this community. So we decided to say yes to these opportunities because we felt like that was really part of our growth. We wanted to grow together in our faith, and we wanted our kids to be part of that too.
So we came here, the kids and I, the next weekend, and the church worship center was here in the fellowship center with lots of chairs, and we were warmly welcomed when we came. People spoke, had a conversation with me before we left, and that hadn't happened at all of the churches that we visited. And so we were sitting here, and I remember it was the last song, and I just started crying. I had this overwhelming feeling that God was saying, this is it. And my kids said, what's wrong, Mom? We thought you'd really like this place. I said, I do, that's why I'm crying.
The Lord is my shepherd, and I hold that true through a lot of things, but through my membership here at LCC and all the relationships, God worked in and through all of those things to deepen that faith. So now I'm not just a sheep following a shepherd. I am part of that flock.
And when we started attending, it felt very much like home. So the people were very welcoming, and we were connecting with different families and couples. So it just felt like God had led us to the right place.
I saw LCC at 25 years, and now I'm seeing it at 40 years, and there's something about seeing a church go through a bunch of different generations of leadership, different senior pastors and so forth, but still having that steady involvement in the community, people who are growing and maturing in their faith from kids to adults.
Well, I love the music, so that's one thing. I love the people, and I love how it feels to walk in and have that feeling of being welcomed and being surrounded by love.